Attention Capital City fans. Washington is about to become an NFL superpower, a defensive draft that strikes fear into opponents. The Cowboys on the verge of collapse as they consider selling their superstar, and our GM moving like a predator to land an elite pass rusher. If you're not paying attention, you're missing out on the revolution. Time is running out to hop on the train. The championship window is opening now, and it won't wait for anyone. Subscribe now so you don't miss a single detail of this historic transformation. Attention Commanders fans. Do you think this team is done making waves in these stormy waters? Think again. Get ready for news that will shake up the NFC East. Post-draft free agency is here, and Washington isn't playing around. Did you hear that right? Because let me tell you, this is a strategic ticking time bomb. Round 1. Pick 29. Donovan Ezeraku, DA. Boston could let you tell me this isn't a stand-up and clap moment. How does a game wrecker like Ezeraku fall to pick 29? Let me break it down for you. With Dante Fowler Jr. heading to Dallas, a mistake the Cowboys will regret. Believe me, the Commanders needed a relentless pass rusher to wreck opposing offenses. This young star logged 16.5 sacks in 2024, has a motor that never stops, and an arsenal of pass rush moves that can embarrass any tackle. But let me ask you, can a 6'2", 246-pound DA dominate in the NFL? I say yes. Didn't we see MICAH Parsons change the game at a similar size? Ezeraku isn't a project. He's a tsunami in the trenches. Round 2, pick 61. Andrew Mukuba S. Texas A&M. This is the pick where Dan Quinn starts rubbing his hands together. Mukuba isn't just a safety. He's a straight-up interception sniper, 5 in 2024, and a master of too high coverages. Know what that means? Strategic flexibility. With Quan Martin and Will Harris alongside him, Quinn can mix coverages like a chef seasoning a dish. Want more? This guy tackles like every hit decides his next paycheck. A steal in the second round? I call it highway robbery. Round 4. Pick 128 Jared Ivey, DL, Ole Miss. Washington's problem? The defensive line has too many one-year contracts. Ivey isn't here to warm the bench. At 6'7", 283 pounds, this giant can play D or shift inside to bulldoze guards on third downs. Raw, yes. Potential game wrecker? Absolutely. And in a system like Quinn's, Ivey is the hidden gem everyone wants to uncover. Round 6, pick 205. Za Frazier, CB, UTS a 6'3", corner with a blazing 4.36 40-yard -N 6 interceptions in 2024. That's a crime in the 6th round. Frazier is a high-risk pick, lean frame, but terrifying aggression. Will it work? If Mike St. Ristel, 5'10", found success, why not this kid? Quinn and Witt Jr. just got a new toy to mold. Round 7, pick 245. Steve Linton, DA. Baylor. At this stage, it's all about raw talent. Linton has elite bursts, but consistency? Zero. A weight room project? Absolutely. But in the 7th round, this is like buying a lottery ticket with unlimited funds. Now I turn it to you. Did the front office make the right call by prioritizing defense in this draft? Because I'm telling you, this is more than just picks. This is a statement. With Quinn steering the ship, Washington wants to be the fear of the NFC. But will it be enough? Or did they drop the ball by not boosting the offense, especially with lingering questions at QB and WR sound off below? Is Ezeraku the pass rusher who will restore this defense's pride? Or should they have grabbed a high-end CB instead of Mukuba? Don't hold back. This is your team. Demand answers. Would you believe me if I told you the Dallas Cowboys are considering getting rid of their most lethal weapon? Yes, I'm talking about MICAH Parsons. What's going on in Frisco, Texas? Has Jerry Jones lost his mind? Let's break it down. 3. First-round picks for Parsons. Listen to this. According to reports from Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports, The Cowboys might be quietly exploring a trade that would send Micah Parsons to another team in exchange for 3 first-round picks. Three first-rounders for a player who, without a doubt, is the heart and soul of that defense. Let me ask you, what team in their right mind would pay 3 firsts for a defensive player? In the history of the NFL, nitrogen monoxide defensive player has ever been worth that price. Are we talking about a quarterback? No, Parsons is a monster, but not. Even TJ Watt or Nick Bosa reached that level. And now I'm telling you this. If the Cowboys do this, it would be an insult to their own championship window. Dak Prescott and CD Lamb are under contract. This team has won 12 games in 3 straight seasons, and now they want to rebuild? No, people. Prescott's window won't stay open forever. Do you really think 3 draft picks handled by this Cowboys front office, which is not exactly known for nailing all their picks, can replace the chaos that Parsons causes every Sunday? Don't make me laugh, salary cap space? Lies. Here's the best part. Robinson argues that the trade would free up cap space. False. Extending Parsons' contract would actually lower his cap hit in 2025 by about 10 to 13 million. And yet, they still want to trade him away for picks that could end up being what? A mediocre lineman, a wide receiver who doesn't stand out. Parsons is a game wrecker, a player who tilts the field. What's the point of having cap space if you don't have anyone worth paying on the field? Let me ask you this. What if Dallas pulls the trigger on this trade and in 2026 they're still ringless? Will Jerry Jones apologize to the fans? Because let me tell you, if Parsons leaves and thrives somewhere else, this will go down as the costliest mistake of the decade. Did we forget how this defense looks without Parsons? That's like a burger without cheese. It makes no sense. My final point. If the Cowboys want to be contenders again, the answer is not in draft picks. It's in Dake, in LAMB, and in keeping Parsons at all costs. 3 first-round picks? Ask the Dolphins how their Laramie Tunsil picks turned out. Draft picks guarantee nothing. Superstar players like Parsons do. Now I ask you, what would you do? Would you trade Micah Parsons for 3 first-rounders or make him the highest-paid defensive player in the NFL? Attention Commanders fans. Is Adam Peters going all in for Washington? Let me get straight to the point. The Commanders front office is playing chess, not checkers. Has Adam Peters turned into a trade magician? First, he pulled Deebo Samuel away from the 49ers for just a 5th-round pick. Are you hearing me? A 5th-rounder for a versatile weapon who can change games. And then, bam! Laramie Tunsil, one of the best left tackles in the NFL, arrives to protect Jaden Daniels. What more do you want, Commanders fans? A direct ticket to the Super Bowl? I think Peters is cooking something big. But listen up, the fireworks aren't stopping. Do you really think Washington is done? Nitrogen monoxide way. Rumors are swirling that the Commanders might make a run at Trey Hendrickson, Cincinnati's sack machine. Now let me ask you, a defensive end who racked up 17.5 sacks in 2024 available via trade, and you think Peters wouldn't pick up the phone? Come on. But watch out, Commanders fans. Here comes the problem. The Bengals are asking for a 1st-round pick for him. Is Hendrickson worth that? I say nitrogen monoxide. With only 5 picks in 2025, Washington can't afford to burn its future. Or can they? More drama. The Bengals just made T. Higgins and Jamar Chase the richest men in their locker room. And how does that affect Hendrickson? Let me break it down. With so much money tied up in their receivers, Cincinnati's bank is running dry. Can they even afford to keep their defensive star? I say nitrogen monoxide. And if they drop the asking price? Here, Come's Peters. Will he pull the trigger on a 2nd-round pick and amass an extension? Let me remind you, Washington has $105 million in cap space for 2026. Enough? Absolutely. But is it worth spending more resources on a 30-year-old edge rusher? Here's my take. If the Commanders want to compete now, they need pass rush pressure. Without it, not even Tunsil or Samuel can save Daniels from Patrick Mounds come February. Hendrickson is a tsunami off the edge. But at what cost? What if his decline starts in 2026? Peters is playing with fire, but isn't that how championships are won? And now for the burning question, Commanders fans. If you were the GM, would you trade a second rounder and $25 million a year for Hendrickson? Or would you hold on to your resources and build patiently? Every option comes with risks, but the future is decided today. Commanders fans, it's time to make your voice heard. Is Azeroaku the pass rusher who restored this defense's pride? Or are you upset they didn't go for a top-tier corner instead of Mukuba? Don't hold back. Drop your thoughts in the comments and demand answers. Now, let's talk about MICAH Parsons. If you were the general manager, would you trade him for 3 first-round picks? Or make him the highest-paid defensive player in the league? This decision will shape the team's future, so there's no room for silence. And here's the burning question for you. Family, would you trade a second-round pick and $25 million per year for Trey Hendrickson? Or bet on building from the ground up with patience? Every choice has risks, but the future starts now. We're not just a channel. We're the home for those who live and breathe burgundy and gold. If you want unfiltered debates, raw analysis, and a community that never settles, level up. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and help us grow. Ready to be heard? I'll be waiting for your takes down below. And remember, Commanders fans, loud and clear, hail to the Redskins.